22nd of March. A correction. We didn't stay in the MCA park last night. We stayed in the same camp Reg lives in. That aside, we said our goodbyes to Reg and headed off to Orkiwi Bay, which is to be our base for the next day or two. The road is mountainous and winding out to Orkiwi Bay and beyond. Look at the estimated times to travel the small distances. Some pretty good views. And Doc has kept a lot of tracks operational. Okiwi Bay itself, well, it's not bad. We set up in the motor camp and then we're off to French Pass, otherwise known as Te Omiti. After about half an hour, the road forks at the turn off to Elaine Bay, and this is where the real adventure begins. The road to French Pass is mostly unsealed after that turn off, and it continues through bush for a while with some occasional views out to Fitzroy Bay and the Tawhiti Nui reach of Pelorus Sound. Yeah, it took them years to get it out here. The government didn't appear to care at first, but the residents kept the pressure on for many years, and eventually the French Pass Road was built in 1957. It was a great feat of engineering which connected the scattered residents of these parts of the outer sounds to the Rye Valley by road for the first time. One too many S's in the first name on this sign. We don't have spell check for French on road signs. French Pass and D'Urville Island are both named after the French mariner Dumont d'Urville, who discovered and sailed through here in 1827. There's a tiny town at the end of the road just by the water with a long wharf extending into the sea. There's a campsite, a boat ramp, and a shop that also sells takeaways and petrol. This place is of great interest to those who love the legends of the sea. It's the place where the famous white dolphin Pelorus Jack would meet ships and lead them through French Pass, and he did that for over 20 years before he just suddenly disappeared. French Pass itself is the thin stretch of water separating the mainland and D'Urville Island, which is also called Rangitoto-ki-te-Tonga. It's not far across the water to D'Urville Island. Access to the island is only possible by private boat or water taxi. It's a must-do that we didn't get around to. The Squirrel did start another pine cone collection though. The currents in the pass get up to 7 knots, and you can see whirlpools in the water where they meet. We were entertained for a while by some charismatic flightless rails, otherwise known as wekas. They're not frightened of people at all. The views are spectacular as you navigate one-lane bridges, hairpin turns and narrow roads with sheer drops on one side. Sheep and cattle stare at you as you pass by, and it's possible to go the entire way to French Pass without seeing another car.